Hi guys. The first socialization agent I'm going to talk about is peer groups. When it comes to back when I was growing up, you had a lot more face-to-face interaction with each other. You were outside a lot more. We didn't have a as big of a social media presence. Um, Nowadays, there's a lot more online connection and things of that nature, which I believe has a lot to do with how people try to fit in and belong. Um, you get to see all this stuff on the internet now that people want to emulate. And in my opinion, it has a negative effect. But there's also a lot that can come out of that. Um, Peer pressure, things of that nature. Peer pressure is always going to be a thing. Um, I don't really think it's changed per se. I mean, if you're hanging out with a group of friends and you see somebody doing something, you're going to feel like you should do it too. It's just a whole fitting in type of thing. But that leads me into the next one, which is technology and social media. Being able to be quote unquote constantly connected um, kind of takes you out of the reality of things. Like I said, when I was growing up, it was a lot more face to face interaction, not having to really deal with internet and stuff like that. It wasn't until I was about a teenager ish when things like MySpace started coming around and eventually Facebook. Also, with social media and things like that, in today's society, it kind of makes you think a certain way, and there's all these algorithms that push certain things to you, and if you're not doing your own in-depth research about stuff, you could be really misinformed about stuff. um, your online identity is a big thing nowadays. Everybody wants to be social media famous. It's not really a realistic thing, and for me growing up, it wasn't even a thing. I mean, you might be an actress or an actor or a musician or something, but overall, you wasn't internet famous. You were just making your way for yourself. Now, I feel like these differences, there's a lot of, I feel like, lower self esteem now because there's so much about wanting to be like this person or this person. I want to look like Kim Kardashian. I want to look like LeBron James. I want to be able to do this and that. You just want to emulate what you're seeing, and it doesn't work like that. When it comes to beliefs, values, and political attitudes, it kind of seems you pick up what you get at home as you grow up. So then everything you see, like you research all that, it's all going to be one sided. And with the views on relationships and things like that, with the way things in society now are, things like, say, OnlyFans, there's not as much emphasis on an actual relationship anymore as to where 10 years ago when I met my wife, that's, I mean, everybody, that's what everybody wanted. And that connects back to just social media and all that kind of stuff, trying to make the most money the quickest way possible, or getting yourself out there in crazy ways. So I don't really have a supplemental source. My excuse is I've been working a lot of 12-hour shifts, and then after work, I have to come home, do sports for the kids, all that kind of stuff. So that is kind of my fault. But I have seen a lot of different things, from podcasts to articles, just saying that how social interactions have changed through the years. As I stated before, peer interactions were face to face for the most part. You wasn't desensitized by having a phone next to you all the time. Um, it has a lot to do with, in my opinion, social media and all, and that kind of stuff has a lot to do with how we think about things today. With social media communication and social interaction, they seem to have gone down in a sense, as in like the face to face. People aren't talking to each other as much, I guess I'd say. Um, for instance, I see a lot of kids that will just sit in a room with their friends and just text each other. If you're with your friends, what's the point in sitting there on your phone texting and all that? Um, Family life, because of social media, is could go either way. People living far away, they can still communicate with their families and whatnot, but with all the things you read and begin to gain your own opinions on stuff, it could drive a wedge between you and your family, such as your political stance, or all the stuff you see and read may differ from what your parents see and read. It's all based on algorithm. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you very much. Have a great night.